Hi, it's Jack Shaustan, and today I wanted to tell you more about my hotel experience, and I would like to explain you more in detail like two of my experiences that definitely made me very uncomfortable, because of course like you're probably like asking yourself like, should I go to a hostel? Maybe you're hesitant, maybe you don't know, maybe you want to go there, maybe you don't want because you don't want to be sleeping in the same room of like people you absolutely don't know, maybe you feel it's unsafe and everything. And in this video I'm going really to let you know about my own experience and some of my two unfortunate experiences when it comes to living with people I don't know and sleeping in the same room as them. Yeah, let's start right now. And the first story is actually when I was in Copenhagen. When I was in Copenhagen, in 2018, and I went to this like hostel. It was great, like I had like a good first impression when I went to the receptionist and everything. I arrived late because like I got from Hamburg to Copenhagen. The trip went well, like it was okay, it snowed, it was like very dreamy in a way. I saw Denmark like with the snow and everything. I saw like the whole country by train, and it was like very cool to see it. But when I arrived, yeah, I mean the hostel first like gave me a good impression, and then I arrived in my room. My room was like okay, it was still like belonging to the hostel, like it was clean, the cleanliness was like okay, it was fine. It was dark first of all, so I used my phone to like go to my bed and everything. And once I arrived to my bed, I saw like the sheets were like completely undone, so I needed to do it myself. So I took my little hand, and you know this kind of like extensible sheets that you put onto the bed, I was putting it myself. And also like the cover sheet for like the pillowcase, I put it on and everything. And then like at some point like someone woke up, or maybe was already like up, and said like, can you please stop this noise please, like we're trying to sleep now. And I was like, non mais c'est quoi ton problème? When I'm like on my nerve and someone is like talking to me with no respect, like I'm talking French. That's the first thing that happened, like for real, like. And this guy was like so unrespectful with me, like I did like everything possible to make no noise, and like he was still like satisfied with this. Like he would have got and everybody else would have probably be louder with like the putting the sheet and everything. But yeah, I mean like it was almost midnight, but you're in a hostel, dude. Like you need to understand that sometimes people come and goes and do a little bit of noise, or at least like the noise of the door when you leave the room. I don't know, things like this. I don't know, first like it's weird because this person was like a little bit old, so I don't understand like why they're going in a hostel and then they expect the other customers, the other guests, to be like this. Like in a hostel you need to be like a little bit tolerant somehow, and to understand that there will be noise, like whether you like it or not, at some point you will have to deal with it. I mean I did almost no noise, and I don't understand like how he was pissed that much. The thing is like then for me it was impossible to sleep, because he and his friends were snoring like hell. Like they were like really literally like snoring like volcanoes. I had nothing with me. I didn't brought like earplugs with me. So what did I do? Of course, like I went to the receptionist, because at this point I was really like upset, because like those guys are like screaming on me when I arrived, and they are snoring and they don't let me sleep. Yeah, I went to the receptionist, and luckily she had like earplug. Then I was like so happy, and I was like like I have earplug, like I'm going to sleep super well. And then I realized that the earplug were like so thin that it was better to put like my headphone actually to try to not hear them. So very often it worked when I was in hostel to use headphones, but in this case like they were like snoring, like it was like a tsunami or something like this. Like seriously, it was like so loud, like I couldn't sleep at all. But lucky me, like they were like staying only this night, and then like the rest of the other days like I got like remember Dutch people and Italian people, and they were like so, they were really nice. So yeah, so that's my first story. So you see, I think it's the first time and the only time in my life where really someone took me trash in the hostel. I think that I never got like any other kind of like, maybe with the receptionist, but I'm not even sure actually. The other story is like different. Well, let me explain. Like when I went to Warsaw last year, not this year. This year I was there as well, but last year I went to Warsaw, and I was in a hostel. The hostel, I don't remember the name. I think it has like a name like Dream something. Well, it was extremely loud during the night because there were a lot of bars in the area, but it was fine. Like, to be honest, like I could sleep there. The thing is, like, some French girl arrived, and you know, I'm really not that kind of person who like try to mingle with like all the French people when I am abroad. Like, if French people come and talk to me, I'm not going to just like tell them to fuck off or whatever. No, I'm going to talk with them, but it's just not like something that I will naturally. Oh, there is like a Wizz Air airplane that I'm seeing right now from my window. I want to travel again. Whatever. Yeah, no, I was saying that, yeah, I'm not naturally going to speak to other French people when I'm traveling, because actually I really think that when I am abroad, I'm not there to actually experience with like other French people. I think that it's even better to speak with locals or other strangers to learn more and practice English or practice other languages. But French doesn't really interest me, first of all, and it's not like I don't want to speak with them, like it's just like I really need a reason. Like, I'm not going to speak with someone just because they are like the same nationality than I am. I just think it doesn't make up any sense, like in my opinion. So I'm just not like this. When the French girl arrived, I just didn't say anything, like, so there was no reason for them to think that I was French. I mean, maybe I look French, but among like Polish people, I think that we're not really doubting about it. I think if I remember well, they were actually coming from Normandy, which is like yeah, near Brittany and everything, because they were telling like all their life, all day long in French, thinking that no one was understanding them in the room. That was a 6-people room, but we were only 4. We were 4, like there were like also like another guy. But then the next day they started to speak about like their pubic hair in front of me, and I was like not shocked, like I was not trying to show any emotion, because at this point I think that it was better to really show I did not understand. But it's just like, it's just very funny like how people can get comfortable when they are like abroad and they speak their own language. They just have like no any doubt about the fact that anyone can understand them, and I think it's normal, because when I was in Moscow with Jews, actually, I remember also that we were speaking French all the time, and we were speaking French like no one would understand us, but actually it's false, because at some point there were of course some people that were speaking French and other French people, but all the time like I'm trying to just like pretend I am not French. That's how, I mean, I don't know if you also feel like this when you're going abroad. I don't know, I have like a Dutch friend who is also like quite like the same, so I'm maybe just like an asshole and very despising other French people. That's not the case, I don't want to despise other French people, but it's just like, I don't know. And when she started to speak about her pubic hair, like just right after that, like she said like, like they were speaking, they say like, do you imagine like someone understand us? Yes, I was understanding you girls, and I was just like pretending I was not, but that's it. And at this very point, like I was thinking like, oh my god, what should I say? Oh, again, like an air flight. I didn't know like there were so many airplanes actually like coming from, I mean, just in front of my window. Schönefeld is not very far from where I'm living, so that's why. What I was talking about. I'm like so fucked up. So that's why I cannot like tell more story in one video, because I'm so much like losing myself in like shit. That I'm very, very easily distracted. And yeah, like when they basically like said, okay, is there anyone in this room understanding us? They really asked this, and I was like, I never have been like such a good actor as these days actually, because like I was so much faking it, not even like having like even like one little facial expression on my face. it was like I was very good at it. At some point I was really good at showing that I was not French. It things that I'm really bad at usually, like I'm very bad at actually lying and things like this. They will never know that I am French and I understood like what they were doing with like their period and their waxing session for pubic hair and everything. That was like very uncomfortable to hear, and that's why after that I left. But at the same time you cannot like just left when they are talking about it, because otherwise they will kind of like guess maybe. And then I was on my phone and I was like trying not to give any look to them. At the same time, it was so hard. I don't know if you ever experienced something like this as well, where someone that you understand but that you don't actually know, so they don't know that you're from their country when you're abroad, and they start really being like too comfortable with their friend and starting to say things like out loud, like about like very in private things. But for that, I can tell you that they really love Warsaw, they really love Poland. So if you're Polish, like you know that those French girls actually love Poland as well. They were like doing a trip for 2 weeks. I really know their life, even though like we never spoke. That's crazy. And like, yeah, I mean they were like, I don't know, friends, and they just really wanted to take like the vacation. And I even remember that at some point I think that they didn't split at some point one meal that they got in the restaurant, and they were trying to reimburse the other. So they were starting to count like all the things that they paid to each other and everything, and I was like, oh my god, this is so French. No, but seriously, like since when you're going there and you're keeping like all the receipts from like everywhere you've been to really count afterwards, like you owe me this or I owe you this and everything. Like, yeah, I hope that those little story, like you enjoy them, that it was funny, that if you experience in any of those two stories already, like please tell me in the comment. And even like if you experience like something completely different, please tell us, because I really love being in the hostel in general. I really love it. I will do it again and again, that's for sure, because it's really like what I love the most actually when I'm traveling. It's just that sometimes I'm really trying to prefer maybe my sleeping quality over my, yeah, I just prefer actually to have like a good sleep when I'm traveling, because otherwise like it just like fucked up everything. But yeah, in general I would say that in hostels everything goes well. It's just like sometimes I have some little funny stories to tell like this. I really recommend you to go in hostels. It's really like belonging to like your traveling experience, of course. I understand people that don't want to go there, but it's for me like part of like traveling. I like it. Just when people are French, like I usually don't mingle with them, but if they are nice, actually sometimes like I do get to know them actually. And I even like go out with them. It already happened in Bulgaria, for example. It happened also like in other places. So yeah, but in general I would avoid French people, just like for the sake of like trying to experience something new, something I don't know. Hope you liked the video, and if so, please like it. It's very important. I like every time like someone is liking my videos, I'm like, oh my god, they liked my video, they liked my content. It really pleases me every time I see like a new like on my video. I'm really thankful for each and every one of them, and it really shows me that this kind of content is good and I should do more of it. See you in another video. Ciao ciao.